Will Lutz on to boot it away. You see from his own 35, but his teammates all lined up at that Seattle 40-yard line. They can't move until it falls in the landing zone or it is touched. And here we go. They're going to return with Laviska Shenault, the dangerous return man. Of course, formerly of Jacksonville. He runs it back for 30. Numbers down a little bit last year after he was terrific 2 years ago as the completion leader in the league, and an inauspicious start as he is tripped up. Geno fakes the handoff, steps up again, contact to the throw, and that's picked. Alex Singleton, and a calamitous start for the Seattle offense.
Start again, you're going to see pressure come inside. And it appears that Geno Smith does have room to step up, but I don't know what Geno Smith was looking like. There was nobody really in the area. He throws it right to Alex Singleton. It looked like maybe he was trying to get the ball to Tyler Lockett on the deep end cut, but a disastrous.
Denver, they said they'd lean on this grab game, and it's Javonte Williams shot out of a cannon. On 2nd and 1, back to Williams, loses his footing. He's going to lose about a yard, maybe a yard and a half. They roll Nix out, little fake, buys himself some time, and a low pass is incomplete.
Really likes his young football team.
35-yard attempt after the penalty, and Lutz is perfect to get us our first points here in Seattle. You see the flag on the back end, in the back of the end zone, so Sean Payton seeing if he could get them to jump here. He's going to keep Will Lutz on the field.
5-yard penalty. 4th down.
2 plays, a sack, and then a frazzled pick that he threw to Alex Singleton, who returned at 21 yards, got Denver in field goal range. And that's where we sit. Here's Laviska Shenault, runs it out from his own end zone, crosses the 25, is going to get out close to the 28-yard line. 5th year for Smith here in Seattle, his 3rd as their starting quarterback, as we get 2 penalty flags thrown here. And you could already start to hear some groans from this home crowd.
2 men in motion, Laviska Shenault.
Offense, number 1, 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
So sack, interception, and a false start on their first 3 plays. They try to get some of it back here with Kenneth Walker. Smith is going to work from the gun here on 2nd and 7. He gets it out quickly. That's the tight end, Noah Fant, but very minimal yardage.
To the left side of the defense, already 1 sack. He had 8.5 last year.
Here he comes again on 3rd and 6. Geno puts some air under it, near side of the field. It's incomplete. Corners in the sport.
Does it get any better? 2 of the best. And Surtain, last time these 2 players played against each other, he guarded DK Metcalf 85% of the game. He gave up 7 catches, 35 yards. If you're going to get a catch, you have to work for it against Surtain.
Michael Dixon, terrific punter. Marvin Mims Jr. is going to play it just inside the 25-yard line. He springs free. It's a big loss in the middle of their defense. Bo Nix back onto the field, rolls out, gets it to the back. Jaleel McLaughlin, who was such a terrific story for them last year.
In this environment, for real against the team's number 1 defense.
Nix on 2nd and 7. Sean Payton calling those quick release passes. McLaughlin is buried. It's a loss of 2.
Allowing him to be spontaneous at the line of scrimmage. We'll see if it works.
First big moment for Nix on 3rd and 9. He delivers a strike.
Julian Love, the play before, and then Rayshon Jenkins with a great tackle to get off the field on 3rd down.
It was the rookie wide receiver Devon Vadley making the catch. But Seattle's defense does its job. 39 yards in the punt.
Was impressive. I'm not surprised he's been able to climb himself to the top.
There's Walker spinning his way through that Denver defense. And there's a penalty flag thrown.
Holding. Offense, number 75. 10-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
Search for some answers on that sideline. After the penalty, it's 1st and 17. Smith handing to Walker. Trying to break these tackles, but they just keep coming. Riley Moss.
They really pride themselves on a lot of looks and a lot of disguises.
So 2nd and 20. Smith slinging it, finds Fant. Breaks the initial tackle. Will get out to the 20-yard line, so they get 9 yards back. Geno again feeling some heat, and it's incomplete. Just enough pressure up the gut to get Geno on his back foot.
Geno Smith has no chance to operate this offense if the offensive line cannot settle down.
Well, any Seattle fan who's watched this team the last couple of years knows about the issues that they've had with their offensive line. They're off to a similar start as Mims Jr. is buried. And now Bo Nix back onto the field for the Broncos as they begin at their own 33. Nix so far 3 of his first 4 or 5 yards. Back to the ground game here with Williams. Remember Williams, that sensational.
So their task is to try to find a way to get him to that 2nd and that 3rd level before he gets touched.
Little pitch play here to McLaughlin, keeping those legs churning.
A lot of single reads, moving the pocket so he doesn't have to process too fast.
Nix quick drop. Boy, he delivered his strike, but it's incomplete.
He just runs an option route inside off the linebacker, and you said it. You just got to be a great opportunity here to extend a drive, but Seattle's defense one more time gets off the field.
Riley Dixon on the punt, and D. Williams again signals for the fair catch.
And get those guys up front some confidence in firing off the football.
This is Zach Charbonnet getting his first touch as he runs it across the 25-yard line. There's now Ryan Grubb, their new offensive coordinator, going tempo here with Geno Smith. 2nd and 6. Geno throws off his back foot near center of the field. Complete. They got a first down and more. It's Jackson Smith in Jigba.
Play to the inside. Smith puts it in a place where he could make the run after the catch, and there you go. For the first time, now you get a flag, but for the first time to start the drive, and you get a first down.
Defense, number 0. 5-yard penalty. First down.
This last play was at right guard, so there is a lot of action in Geno Smith's face.
Once again, Smith going to his young wide receivers. Smith and Jigba, 2 catches, 2 first downs. They pick up 10. Geno working from the gun here on first down. Again, feeling some pressure. You see the marker come in towards the end of that play. DK Metcalf
There are 2 fouls.
to be helped to the sideline.
Holding, number 2. That penalty is declined. Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 15. 15-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
Boy, it's a big one, Nick Bonito. And so Stone Forsythe, who's been their swing tackle the last couple of years, has to come into the game early. That's Laviska Shenault dumped down immediately after the catch. Smith again from the gun. Handoff to Walker. Boy, they got a free blitzer. Geno thrown in the face of some heavy pressure. Jason Myers on to attempt what is a 50-yard field goal. Operation sound, and Myers is good to get Seattle their first points. Kick is fielded here by Smith. He's going to take a knee in the end zone.
Their scheme, they're much different than they were here for many, many years under Pete Carroll. And so far in this game, they have tackled extremely well.
Nix sails that hard fake, rolls out, incomplete.
For Bo Nix to get that catch radius.
Nix back to the air, near side of the field. It is caught. That is Reynolds.
I expect Bo Nix to work inside here against this look.
Nix. They got a free blitzer. He steps up, climbs the pocket, and Nix. Boy, Sean Payton talked about that sneaky mobility he has.
Here in a few drives in this game.
On 1st and 10, Nix protected, slings it over the middle. Boy, dangerous pass, and that was nearly picked. Nix quick release near side. That is Vaylay making it happen. Pitch play. First down, Denver. Javonte Williams bouncing to the edge.
Where they really had a chance to pick up a chunk play, he did miss.
Pump fake here. First down run and more. Audric Estime.
In the preseason, he was dancing a little bit too much. He's a 5'11", 230-pound back, and he made a poster that had Barry Sanders with
Javonte Williams back into the fold here. Running back, and here he is on first down. Just trying to get those legs churning. Gets downhill, running straight into the teeth of that Seattle defense. On 2nd and 6, McLaughlin finds the edge, and he's got a first down for Denver.
You've got to hit him straight up, so that is a huge advantage to an offense running outside.
Best looking drive of the day for Denver as Nix.
They invested a lot, and he feels that's the best way to help out a young quarterback.
11th play of the drive that began at the 30. Boy, Nix barely gets it out in time as he finds McLaughlin, who's buried right after the catch. Preseason missed all of camp with that hamstring injury, getting his first live snaps in this defense. Nix off his back foot towards the end zone, and it is picked. Julian Love with a snatch for Seattle.
Staring it down. Julian Love jumps it and makes a huge play for Mike McDonald's defense.
One of the top DBs in the NFL making it happen. The only good news for Denver is Seattle's pinned back at their own 1-yard line. Geno thrown into some tight spaces here. There's a flag. Could this be a hold and a potential safety?
Oh, man.
Holding. Offense, number 75. The foul occurred in the end zone. By rule, acceptance of this foul results in a safety.
Unbelievable.
I don't know if we anticipated the safety kicking from the 20-yard line.
Jason Myers looks like a lonely kicker. This one is played by Mims as he's going to get it close to the 35-yard line.
Easy as you could possibly make it for a safety. An excellent play by Julian Love to take that ball away.
But boy, did things work out for Denver as they wind up getting the safety now back in front, a 2-point lead as we play with 11 and change left in this first half.
But they haven't been able to get any of that going because of the play of that line.
Play action, Nix again under duress.
And live to play another down at 3rd and 6.
Big play by Derek Hall, trying to step into the void left by the absence of Nwosu. Nix fires a bullet, and that's incomplete.
He misses that opportunity downfield.
D. Williams on for the punt return. He muffs it. Football is still loose. Who's got it? Inside the 10.
Wow.
And it's Denver football. Hunt. And it was J.L. Skinner falling on it for the Broncos.
You can see it hits him in the face mask. Just doesn't track the ball all the way inside, and just in time in this game, they start to drive inside their 20-yard line and giving Bo Nix every opportunity for success.
All kinds of movement.
False start. Offense, number 10. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
So that's actually on the quarterback. That's something you rarely see.
And give him simple single reads so he can execute the offense.
This is McLaughlin just barely able to get past the line of scrimmage.
In Cortland Sutton, 8 red zone touchdown. That was tied for first in the NFL.
Stutter step, Williams. Trying to make something out of a very tight space there.
I would give him the opportunity here to use his legs and try to use that aspect in his game rather than try to force something into the end zone.
Nix on 3rd and goal towards the end zone, and it's incomplete. Looking for Sutton. What a matchup against weak Woolen. So Lutz hitting earlier from 35. This kick is good from 30. So excited to be back with our bunch as we begin a new NFL season on CBS. 8 and change. Looked like D. Williams was going to play it for a moment.
That Denver could cause.
Can Geno and this offense get something going here as they begin at their 30-yard line on a 1st and 10?
Second year, they're starting to understand and play much faster. They want to be a much more aggressive defense up front.
Smith's pass near side as Metcalf works against Surtain. And there's the flag. It's back near the 50.
Before the ball arrives.
Pass interference. Defense number 2. By rule, the ball is placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic. First down.
His ability to line up with all different types of receivers is second to none.
Walker, boy, he's going backwards. We got all kinds of defensive heat coming from Denver. And we got some physical, hard NFL hitting down there. Browning goes head over heels.
Oh, man, that looked like Jimmy, the WWF, suplex.
Yeah, like the old suplex
Jimmy Superfly Snuka with the Ricky the Steamboat Dragon with the suplex. There's really nowhere for Kenneth Walker to go.
Geno's going to go play action on 2nd and 14. He delivers a strike. It's Metcalf over the middle.
That might be the way Seattle has to go to attack Denver in the passing game.
That was their longest play of the day so far. Beautiful back shoulder throw by Smith. He finds Lockett. Perfect ball placement by Smith. First down, Seattle.
Really almost unguardable if you have this type of chemistry. And, out there at corner, Riley Moss really in good position. But this is pure being on the same page. You can't make a better throw or a better adjustment for the...
Lockett turns 32 this month as he begins year 10 in the NFL. Still a home run hitter. Smith showing the wheels. Smith still going. Geno in. Touchdown. But Geno Smith, sensing his offense needed something, putting the Seahawks on his back. Easy call here for Mike McDonald to go for 2 to try to get this to a field goal lead. After Geno's 11th career rushing touchdown, Smith towards the end zone, boy, off the fingertips of Metcalf. It's the longest rushing touchdown of his career, actually. They miss on the 2-point try, and so their lead is just 1. Let's check in with Aditi down the sideline.
And so it's going to be a learning process to know as the season goes on what can settle him down and what makes him feel confident.
Nix all day to deliver, and it's incomplete. Broken up by Witherspoon.
He keeps saying to him, move on to the next thing.
How quickly can he turn the page, Aditi, as he goes into the backfield here to McLaughlin, who's barely back to the line of scrimmage. Here they come on 3rd and 10. Nix delivers, but they're going to be well short. Michael Burton.
So he really felt like their communication coming into this year was so much farther ahead of where this secondary was a season ago.
Boy, beautiful punt as Dixon, and let's see where the officials are going to mark it, down at the 1-yard line. Just brilliant work down there for Denver. Can't do it much better than that.
Nicely done.
A 65-yard punt. Smith with the assist, and Skinner, who actually recovered that muffed punt earlier by D. Williams.
Run the football and try to get some breathing room.
Last time they were down here, it ended with a safety.
Oh,
boy, Charbonnet, did he get out?
I don't think so.
No signal yet.
The ball may have crossed.
Safety.
Oh, my goodness.
Ruling on the field, and the ball did not make it all the way out of the end zone. By rule, this is the safety.
But look at the penetration again. The penetration up front. They get inside Laken Tomlinson, and Zach Allen, who has just had a day, working to the inside. Look, they tried play action. They got beat. This time, Tomlinson gets beat again by Zach Allen. And, the question, does the ball completely get out of the end zone? And it does not appear. And you've been around a long time, Gene.
Unbelievable.
I have. Thanks, Arch. I appreciate that. Yeah.
1 point Denver lead after the safety. Nifty little return here by Marvin Mims Jr.
This defense really has flown around and played well.
How aggressive does Sean Payton want to get here with his play calling as they begin with a run play. 2nd and 8. They mark the football now at their own 38-yard line. Nix again off his back foot. Gets Williams out of the backfield, but he's tripped up at the line of scrimmage. It's Tyrell Dodson as they mark it at the 38. Low snap. Nix climbs the pocket, throws in the run. He's got Sutton wide open. First down, Denver.
Really a nice job, but Nix. Watch as he tries to escape. Watch his eyes. He is keeping it downfield, and just as Baker comes up to play that underneath route, see Baker come here, he spots Sutton open over the middle, and that is a huge third down completion on 3rd and long. That's the kind that he can start to build off of and start to string positive plays together.
McLaughlin back to the ground game. You saw Sutton 300th catch of his NFL career. Fresh set of downs. Now 2nd and 7 at the Seattle 41.5-yard line. Nix puts his back into it. That was nearly intercepted.
And make him try to find and throw the ball around their defensive players. And so far, it's been working brilliantly.
On 3rd and 7, here they come. Nix spins, buys himself a couple of seconds, and they keep coming.
They're going to release. There's no backs in the backfield. Or excuse me, there's a back in the backfield, but they're going to blitz Witherspoon off the edge. And I know Witherspoon, who is a tremendous football player. And then you end up with a sack, but another defensive look for Mike McDonald's defense to, again, they have played brilliantly in this game.
Or pushes them out of the field goal range there. A lot of defense.
What is that supposed to mean?
Defense.
Mistakes and penalties?
Smith is buried again.
And this is what Vance Joseph, one of the things he talks about for edge rushers, is don't just use speed, but then, hey, once you're able to get that bull and turn that into power, he just walks forward.
It's been feast or famine. Last 4 possessions, the 2 safeties. Both of those drives that began at their 1-yard line. Smith now from his own end zone. Walker bobbles. He makes the catch, and he's trying to get out of the end zone. P.J. Locke was there, but there's the initial bobble as Walker loses a couple.
Could you imagine another safety? That would be.
Smith under center on 3rd and 18. They give it to Walker. He goes airborne. Walker out across the 10. Will get close to the 12-yard line. Denver out of timeouts. The special teams have been very touchy today if you've just joined us for Seattle. You know, the muffed punt with D. Williams earlier. They need something good here from Dixon. And he gets off a beauty. Mims is going to field it from his own 35. Cuts towards the sideline. Makes the first guy miss. And he's out of bounds.
That are more favorable for his vision. Because right now he's really not seeing the inside part of the field.
Nix rolls out. Everyone covered the fake. And he's just barely going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
There's a lot of football left here for both teams to get better.
22 seconds and counting. Nix's pass, but it looked like it may have been deflected right around the vicinity of the line of scrimmage.
Showing pressure and coming. They've had a lot of different looks here so far in this game.
See that target line. Nix going high side. It's caught. Josh Reynolds making the catch. Field goal range. It's a pickup of 25.
Really a beautiful ball. And you know, I mentioned earlier in this game, these are big receivers. Right now, you're at least in a position to secure 3 points.
It would be a 45-yard attempt from right here. Nix, everyone covered initially. You're going to roll out. Will get himself out of bounds as he's run out. They lose maybe a half yard as he fights to get back to the line of scrimmage. Michael Fabroni is the long snapper. Riley Dixon the holder. And once again, Will Lutz delivers for Denver.
At least you have Sean Payton, who has pelts on the wall and can give him some answers. But this is going to be a process this season for Denver.
Chenault slides. He did have that interception in the first half. But he'll get another chance here quickly. Jason Myers with the kick. And Marvin Mims Jr. playing it from his own goal line. Mims crosses the field across the 25, close to the 28-yard line. As they begin 1st and 10 from their own 27. McLaughlin's going to take the pitch, and he's buried. Boye Mafe all over the place for Seattle. 2nd and 14. Nix the fake, and it's incomplete.
And he could play with more confidence and decision-making.
Play clock down to 0. Is this going to be a flag?
Prior to the snap, delay a game, offense, 5-yard penalty, still or down.
For that.
Nix has to be very careful. If he throws the ball down the field, he can't stare it down.
Nix little sidearm delivery gets it to McLaughlin, but he is breaking a couple of tackles initially.
He's had a variety of different schemes. Smart player.
Dixon's punt.
First time as a head coach, he and his first-time offensive coordinator have to find answers on the offensive side of the ball.
Seattle begins this drive on the ground.
They try to run it out of the end zone, and another safety, 2 in 1 game.
Boy, that time Geno again feeling some heat, but he still is able to deliver it to Tyler Lockett. Smith, a pickup of 13.
Yeah, basically, Cooper is unblocked. Now, Forsythe is responsible for him, but he just beats him with speed off the edge.
Remember, Stone Forsythe is into the game at right tackle for the injured George Fant, who started today and had to leave with a knee injury, so that looms large now.
Drive in and drive out. It's really tough, as we can see, to get any sort of rhythm on the offense.
Walker getting to the second level. Well, they desperately need that ground attack to get going, and it does.
Really, not only up front, but wide receiver blocking is excellent. Wide receivers get their hands on the defensive backs for Denver.
Ball start. Offense, number 78. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Yeah, that's Forsythe.
Run, play action, and try to get something going.
Walker trying to bounce it to the outside. Young man beginning his 3rd NFL season, the former 2nd-round pick out of Michigan State.
When he's able to find that edge and get to the sideline is when he breaks off those big runs.
Walker's starting to lead on this defense. Walker breaking free. Touchdown.
Good blocking. Singleton, who has been one of the top tacklers in the NFL, he has a chance to make this tackle. So you got one miss there, and then outside, you've got to stay outside, keep contained, and make that tackle on the edge. I just said.
So clearly they talked about the run game in their halftime meeting. Last 14 years at the controls of this franchise had them 1 yard away from a 2nd Super Bowl. And now chapter 1 of this Mike Macdonald era in Seattle. As Bo Nix back at the controls for Denver on 1st and 10.
Oh, my goodness.
And again, that Seattle defense all over the place. Pro Bowl season for Love last year here in Seattle. On 2nd and 8. Back to the ground game. Denver's got a first down with McLaughlin. It's a 15-yard burst.
Call this play duo, 2 double teams. And just a really nice job of clearing out that hole for McLaughlin, who's able to just sprint and get into that secondary. Really touchdown-saving tackle back there for Julian Love, but you got to love that run if you're Sean Payton.
Audric Estime getting some more run here with McLaughlin going to the sidelines, and Estime is buried at the line of scrimmage.
To shed that block, make the tackle 1 yard for a 1 yard gain.
Boy, Nix just barely able to get the football out. With some heavy pressure, it was McLaughlin on the catch, but Mafe again coming with some serious pressure.
And so Mafe is coming off the edge, and they're just going to release him. But again, Seattle's defense right now being able to read those keys and make the play.
Nix on 3rd down. That pass, let's see what the officials mark here. Was it a catch? And now they say Seattle ball. Catch, fumble, Seattle recovery. There's your first look. The officials rule catch, fumble, Seattle football.
Really hurt this Denver team.
Second takeaway by Seattle's defense. Pitch play here to Charbonnet, making the initial guy miss.
And making room for these backs.
Charbonnet here getting a chance, going to inch a little bit closer. Archie wondered what Ryan Grubb could do to get this offense going.
And now they're in a 3rd and short.
That's Metcalf in motion on 3rd and short. It's Walker. What a sensational first 2+ years it's been for him in the NFL. Smith pump fakes, going to throw on the run near side. Boy, dangerous pass. And there's a flag. Was there on the coverage.
Defense, number 29. By rule, the ball is placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic. First down.
So 1st and 10 after the penalty. They mark it down at the Denver 22-yard line. With this Broncos defense suddenly on its heels, it's Walker starting to lean on him now.
Almost every play, Walker has a chance on a defensive back one-on-one, and you've got to like your chances if you're Seattle.
Walker out of the backfield. This time as a pass catcher taking on tacklers. Walker has the lead blocker, and he bangs it in. There's a flag thrown.
Holding. Offense, number 14. 10-yard penalty. Still first down.
As we cross the 5-minute mark, 1st and goal. Geno fires to the end zone, and it's incomplete. Trying to get their offense recalibrated with all the offensive line struggles. They go back to the well, and Walker. Walker bounces to the outside, trying to slip that initial tackle, but Surtain was there waiting for his mates, and finally Baron Browning.
And as Walker get 4, 5, 6 yards before an attempt to tackle.
Denver desperately trying to hold him out of the end zone. Smith, boy, just trying to get it to Walker to have a chance. Chris Stoll, the long snapper. Michael Dixon, the holder. Have you with us here at Lumen Field. Spiro Ditas, Adam Archuleta, Aditi Kincabrala, rest of our CBS crew. Jason Ross, our producer. Mark Grant, our director.
And have allowed their offense to kind of stick with it to finally get on track.
Peyton goes back to his run game here with McLaughlin. Early in the season, they've got a chance. Nix delivers, 2nd down pass. And it is caught by Vele. It'll be 3rd down for Denver, a pickup of only 4. Nix has to work quickly. 3rd down pass, batted down, and incomplete.
You know, Cortland Sutton, this is press coverage. Really nice technique. Fighting, trying to get inside, and it looked like
6th 3 and out that the Seattle defense is forced.
And if you have a guy that can make adjustments, it gives you so much more confidence in what you're trying to do on that side of the ball.
Walker, and remember, Grubb was introduced as the offensive coordinator following Kalen DeBoer to Tuscaloosa before he got that phone call from McDonald. As Walker taking on tacklers, and that's another 1st down run for Seattle.
Do I make an adjustment? He's playing his safeties back, so there's one less player in the box to attack the run. So far in this game, 12 runs against 2 safeties high.
And he's at 100 yards exactly after his 18th run of the day. This time it's lucky.
To get out of their defense, now let's go attack downfield. It's exactly what Geno Smith just did.
Smith's going to fire again. He completes.
And right now, Geno Smith is making all the right decisions.
Smith throwing on the run, fires a bullet. It's Lockett again. Seattle lead. And this offense, headlined by Geno Smith, is suddenly rolling. Smith has a man wide open. It's Charbonnet. And a Sunday stroll into the end zone for Seattle. Expect him to take on a bigger role in this offense. Big play here.
Well, watch the corner. You're not sure. Moss comes inside. They have some sort of a call, and then watch Singleton. He just stops with the back. So either the corner, Riley Moss, or Alex Singleton don't play the correct call. Time to spot the error, and he makes Denver pay.
Charbonnet, the former 2nd rounder last year out of UCLA, nearly 700 scrimmage yards.
String plays together. You eliminate the negative plays, you get Walker going, and now all of a sudden, you see what the offense is capable of.
You know, the offensive line issues that they've had, they clearly had to adjust, and so far they have. So Bo Nix under center. Arch, they've been able to lean on the ground game for big stretches today.
You know, the entire length of the field, so they've got to find a way to string some plays together in this drive.
Nix on 2nd and 10. Perfect ball near side of the field. That is the rookie Vadele, a pickup of 5. All right, coach, keeping tabs on that one for us. Meantime here, 3rd and 5. Big play. Nix needs a completion. He gets it to Dulcich. What a recovery. Tyrell Dodson, monster play for Seattle.
To me, that's been one of the keys to this defense.
Well, I don't think anyone expected Tyrell Dodson to fill those Bobby Wagner shoes, but boy, he made Wagner look proud on that play if he was watching. In Seattle, the new head coach, Mike McDonald, trying to get off with a win here against Denver. Little pitch play, excellent pursuit by Denver. You know, you can clearly see the respect that Grubb has for his new quarterback. Talked about Geno's ability to comprehend and process so quickly. And what a second half it's been for Geno Smith in this Seattle offense. He throws another bullet to lock it here.
His business, and now when he's had opportunities here in the second half to throw the football, he has been excellent.
Boy, Smith again putting the football right between the numbers of Metcalf, and it's a first down for Seattle.
Or are we going to force him to pass so hopefully we can stop some of this clock?
Little end around, some misdirection with Chenault. And Chenault is going to pick up 1, maybe 2 there on that last spin.
That back 7 have allowed almost nothing after the catch.
Well, they're close to another first down here. They couldn't be more excited about the team that they have built here in this coaching staff. Geno, little sidearm delivery, gets it out to Charbonnet, slips the initial tackle, but he's buried for a loss. Dixon, one of the top punters in the NFL. Spiraling, booming punt, played by Mims at his own 20. Excellent open field tackle. Game in which they were down 17-0 as they go on to win that game. How does this one end for Bo Nix in the Pacific Northwest?
I certainly knew that coming into this game, it was stacked against him of playing exceptionally well. But again, every single rep is an opportunity to try to figure out how to play in this game. Look, you saw Caleb Williams today, but let's face it.
Nix off balance throw, and it's short. Looking for Sutton. McLaughlin on the pitch, going nowhere. And it's Leonard Williams again. Wobbly pass is caught. That's Dulcich, the tight end, but he's well short.
And get him to one side or the other and attack outside the numbers.
Sidearm delivery, it's caught. What a pass by Nix. He gets it to Reynolds.
Well, what a catch by Reynolds on the slant. He's going to get popped immediately after he catches that ball to give Nix in the offense another set.
Nix back to the air, and that is incomplete. Denver playing with all 3 timeouts. 5:35 left. They're down 13. Nix.
Oh, no.
Has all day, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Woolen.
You have Woolen chasing him. You have the linebacker underneath. That's Baker. I mean, look at this right here. You cannot attempt that pass. The Seattle defense has played very well, but there's going to be a lot to learn from in the film tomorrow for Nix.
Charbonnet trying to get it to the outside.
Wasn't good in the run game. And I think that for him to be a complete player, to be able to step up and play the run, not only play the pass and pick off balls like that.
Pass interference. Offense, number 14. 10-yard penalty. Second down.
Geno Smith feeling some heat here, quickly gets rid of the football. Added responsibility using those preseason games to really drill down what his process will be like with this staff. You've got challenges, instant replay. You know, McDonald talked about such respect he had for Sean Payton. First time he's calling a defense against Payton as a play caller. And he knew to expect the unexpected, but so far Seattle has had their number as Marvin Mims Jr.
You got to believe that he has the right guy teaching him in Sean Payton to get the most out of his ability.
Well, let's see what Nix can do here. They're in a 13-point hole. Nix has some green grass in front of him. And Denver isn't done just yet.
That's much more preferable than forcing it and trying to make a play when it's not there.
23-yard run from Nix sets him up with a 1st and 10. Nix, quick drop, completes to the 25. That's Cortland Sutton. 2 downs to try to get 4 here for Nix in Denver. Slinging it near side. It's caught. Reynolds with another 1st down catch.
To shield off the defender, and nice quick decision from Bo Nix.
Nix again, quick drop. Quick decision making here. Right back to Reynolds on the near side.
You only have to read one defender when you start to run out breaking routes.
Nix on a cross. It's caught. Sutton.
Again, to shield Tariq Woolen from being able to make a play on that football.
That's where Sutton was so good last year in the red zone. Nix evades the sack. Nix the fake. Another fake, and he spins into the end zone for the Denver touchdown. Debut from Bo Nix, but what a response from the 24-year-old rookie, doing it with his legs. And we got a 1-possession game here in Seattle.
Well, look at what did we see on this drive? We saw twice Nix take off and use his legs. Earlier in the drive, he goes to his left, picks up big yardage on the 1st down. You know, anything can happen, but that was a critical drive and great execution on those critical downs from Nix. And you should get another opportunity here to make something happen.
So they don't elect to go the onside kick here. Instead, Sean Payton has Lutz booted into the end zone. One thing about Geno last year, he was so good in tight games late. He's been at this forever. Can Denver somehow come back? They're down 6. Zach Charbonnet has been their lead back here the last 2 offensive possessions. What does Ryan Grubb dial up here? Boy, did they come across quickly. Could be a free play. Smith's pass. Fant the catch. He's going to be short of the 1st down.
Offside. Defense number 5 moved into the neutral zone prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
I would not be afraid to just take it and run if it's not there for Smith.
Smith drops back his
pass. What a catch.
Lockett. Incredible.
It's an incomplete pass in the clutch. Tyler Lockett picks it up to seal the game.
Geno puts it in the victory formation.
And then Geno Smith started to mix in some passes, and at that point, it's all Seattle.
For Mike McDonald, all smiles down on that Seattle sideline. Meantime, we will see the Broncos in Denver next week. Final line on Bo Nix, 27-43, only a $135 arch, the 2 picks. And a lot to think about for him on that flight home to Denver.